Beautiful people, beautiful people, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful people! Today we are talking about relationships, and our guest Alina Mukhopadhyay is a successful businesswoman, but we decided to talk about love and happiness in marriage. Alina is in her second marriage, and they just celebrated 10th year anniversary. Congratulations, Alina! And what's the main secret of successful marriage for you now?
Thank you so much. Well, for that, I do have to say that it's a multiple steps and multiple factors that create a good balanced relationship. I can't really point it on one, but it would be multiple things like trust. Micromanaging is not going to be good. So no micromanaging. You definitely need to trust each other. You have to do your due diligence before even getting into a relationship to make sure that your values align. And then you have to prepare your own self to make sure that you're attracting the right person that you really want. So first, I would have to say, first we need to start with our own self, make sure we're prepared. And when you're ready to be in that relationship, then you're going to attract and have a clear mind to find your life partner.
How does the experience from your first marriage help you to build the strong relationships in the second marriage?
Well, there is a saying that behind every successful woman, there is actually, in my case, an ex-husband. He was the one, after going through the divorce and really understanding, going through all those hardships, and then me starting life from scratch, I really had no choice but to really decide I'm either going to let the divorce just kind of ruin me, destroy whatever I have, and, crush you, right? Or you're going to say, no, I am not going to give up and I'm going to succeed. So that is where I had to make a change to actually find ways to become successful in all the areas and independent.
Can you say that you became smarter as a woman?
Absolutely. So let's say even 15 years ago, I was completely a different person. I was I had very little bit of self-growth, very little bit knowledge. I mean, I was just like a blank piece of paper as a person, but it required to really understand how important it is to improve yourself daily and really to understand what is important in life. And having family already and 2 children at the time, to me, the most important part was if I am going to remarry and find, love again and find the trust and build a relationship with somebody, I really had multiple, questions and, I need bandages in my life. I mean, we're all broken, and you're really looking for that person who can really give you the confidence and the trust that you're not going to relive everything you've gone through, right? And you got this new hope. So when I did meet my new husband, he actually checked all the boxes off. And one of the most important boxes was, of course, the 2 children. They were 5 and 8 years old at the time. And when they met him, they absolutely loved him. My family loved him. They said, listen, this is the first and last guy we want to be introduced to. If you're ever remarrying, he's the guy. And I go, wow, okay, well, that's easy. So family, so again, the connection that he built with children really helped me realize that, life is going to have so many different chapters, good moments and bad. And especially if you live every day, there's more problems daily they have to face. And you have to face it with a person who can understand you, understand your mom, understand the 2 children are recovering from trauma at the time. And he was still willing to take the package.
How do you combine different cultures, Ukrainian and Indian culture? How do you take care of different kids? Now you're a mommy of 4.
Yes, so blended family, very blended family. I think we got really lucky because all the kids really made friends. A lot of it, I think it has to do because they're about 5 years apart, so there's not much competition, and they just really connected well, and they all wanted the siblings. And a lot of it had to do, we had to really love on all the children equally as much as possible. Yeah, and we do have a together child as well. I have 2 children from previous marriage, and the oldest a daughter, she's from her first marriage with my husband, so total of 4 He's, of course, Indian background. I'm Ukrainian. We live in America, so we have a lot to figure out. However, we've all been here for about 30 years, both of us, so we've definitely love America. We love everything it has to offer, and we just try to be very neutral. We respect each other's holidays and traditions, and we just support each other when there's something going on, and we learn, so it's interesting, actually. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things about both cultures. So I keep learning. I still have a lot more to learn on Indian culture.
How do you try to talk to the each other's language of love? And do you know the love language of your husband?
Yes, there's definitely a love language. For me, it's action. So let's say we can all talk, wish, dream, say, but if your actions do not show that, then I mean, you don't need to say anything. Sometimes it's just the actions. And one thing that Hema was so great at from day one, it was all action, matter of fact. And I'm like, just say something verbally too, but he's all action, like small hint. You give him a little hint, it's there. A little something, it's showing up. Little wish, he's buying already. So he has such a good ear, and he's just so ready to please, and just so fully into making sure that I'm happy, that of course, so again, actions, and especially with me being in second relationship, seeing actions versus words is a big deal. So for me, it's definitely actions.
Beautiful people.
To be honest, I know that many people think that you got very lucky because you married a rich guy.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, is that correct? And do you think he is the secret of your financial success?
It's a very good question. So I know, and it's fine, it happens. But originally, actually, we both met, we both got divorced. So both started from ground zero, mega zero. And I'm talking about zero plus maybe some attorney bills and fees to pay, broken hearts, broken bank account, broken children. So the start was pretty rough, but we both together made goals, and we wanted to build a new life together. It's a decision we made a long time ago to say, you know what, we're not happy with this. We understand things went down wrong. However, we still can make changes and, have the dream we want, have the life we want. That's exactly what we did. And then together, by being partnered up, that's what I mentioned. We do help each other in the business. We support each other with anything, all our goals. And that's how we were able to jump through so quickly in the last 10 years to have all our dreams come true and some. But the most beautiful part is now I can help others as well reach their goals. And that is my most exciting, motivated part, that with what we do, we can now reach other people and teach them, help them, create careers, give them more job opportunities, coach them through, and make a difference for them. So for me, I've just been really, really blessed. And I know that if I can do it with just zero experience, just like that, just by effort, anybody can do it too. But you do need to be together, very much so synced up with your goals and values and where you're trying to accomplish together. It's not a competition, but it's a together goal. He pays close attention to what makes me happy, and even if he doesn't like it or like it, he still finds a way to support me and make that happen for me. And that gives me sense of freedom in return. I really appreciated that he's allowing me to do what I like to do. That can be in my career, it can be with, whatever daily things I do. So I think that one is a really big deal, because if somebody was to put a cap on you and just say, oh yeah, you can't do that, you can't go there, and just kind of limit you, that's not really marriage. Marriage should be an improvising, not a capping or not a disadvantage. We still need to live our lives. So the fact that I can live my life, do what I like to do, and and same goes for him. Oh, clearly, we have a lot of freedom on that, but it's built on trust, because it took us a long time to build trust. But now that the trust is built, we understand that, hey, if this makes you happy, I want you to be happy, you go do that. So we just support each other that way.
I noticed that you like to surprise your husband. You create different events, you sing songs for him, you beautifully decorate the house. So, why do you like surprising your husband?
So it's to me, it's not about surprise. I mean, it is surprising maybe, but it's really about do whatever it takes not to be standard and not to be average in anything we do. So for me, if I'm in business or if I'm a friend or if I'm a wife in this case, or if I'm a mom, it's really, really important that I just do anything above and beyond. So I always, it's just my nature. Like I really enjoy that. So I want to max it. So like anything that can be max, and I don't get tired of that, because just because you're married, okay, you're married, that's great. But it's a daily ongoing desire that I have to always be the best wife, to always impress him. You know, you have friends, you have reputation. I mean, there's a lot of things involved, and that's what makes you special in a way, right? To see that a person keeps trying to do their best for you in every situation, you know? So if it's a gift, I'm gonna do my best to be a gift. If it's a spiritual, emotional activity, we'll do that too. If it's physical, we'll do physical too. So yeah.
And why do you think it's important to improve yourself, to become more interesting for your husband, and not only improving your inner beauty, but outer beauty?
Yes. So for that one, I think we need to grow together. So it's very important. I think a lot of the times my conclusion is, because I observe relationships, I watch people, and I find it that a lot of couples, they start off together, they have this idea of what relationships should be like. 5 years go down the road, right? And things are different. You have kids, you have maybe, you know, a lot of things change in life, right? Different work, different location, different house, different car. All of those things, they bring change into your relationship. So I think it's really, really important that people reevaluate where they're going. They discuss what their together plans are. It's not a solo plan. And so just really, really, you know, being in tuned and growing together, which means if he's improving, you know, with his, let's say, work, right, career, then I as well want to do that too. I don't want him to be somewhere over here and I'm like completely clueless. You know, I wouldn't feel comfortable personally, right? So again, we motivate each other with our career. He'll have some goals, I have some goals, and we just work together on it. We work independently, we go separate, we tag team it, and ultimately it works out so great because I get motivated to see him successful, and then he loves to see me successful too.
That's really nice, but where do you find time for romantic relationships if you're all in business? You know, you have to do so much work to be successful in business, and he's a businessman too, and your businesses are kind of separate, so you don't work together. So where do you find time for romantic relationships?
So it's very mandatory, but we've realized that if we're not going to time block, then most likely things are going to go down bad fast. So time block means that we have our weekly schedule. We know family dinners are very important for us because of, okay, not being, cooking situation for me is a little bit complicated with my schedule. So dining out is a perfect fit for our family. So I'm watching how the kids, they just know that, oh, this is our family time. They're used to having that minimum once a week, all family together, dining together. It's like a tradition. And I watch them get dressed without any trouble. They just hop in the car, we go eat, so you time block. So that's a family date. And then, of course, we'll have our own time that we discuss ahead of time. You have to. I mean, otherwise you will have a miscommunication. Someone's going to be upset. Someone's going to be not happy, but it's very important to talk and learn how to talk, learn how to listen, learn how to properly ask questions without, it's very difficult. I think in relationships, a lot of couples are scared to bring up certain topics. They're terrified and they will not address each other. But this is where, we have to.
Beautiful people.
Alina, what do you think about the importance of intimacy in relationships?
So that is one of the very, very important pillar, and having chemistry. I think is initially you just see somebody, you're like, hey, you're attracted to each other. So chemistry is very important, and compatibility. So I think again, people need to take their time to really find people that they're very attracted to, and they have perfect compatibility. That way down the road, they don't have to struggle with being not a good match, right? And another one is, I think women and men women should be very feminine, men has to be very masculine, just in general, and then kind of really learn each other, learn triggers, it's an ongoing communication and learning to keep exploring multiple levels of intimacy that you can do for each other, because things should never be boring. And for that, there's so much information out there for us today that you can definitely self-educate, get new ideas, and bring some more adventure into your bedroom.
What about trust? I know that you communicate to many different people, and you meet many men, and he also has many women who are friends with him. How do you trust each other in those situations?
Very good question. Yes, we're definitely very social, but it took again a long time to see how each of us react in certain situations and how you make your decisions in certain cases. So after so many years, you already know that, oh, okay, you kind of keep a tab of how the person is behaving. So the longer we're together, you just kind of understand that our values that we've built, they are very strong and they're very important for us. Keeping family, keeping children, make sure they don't experience another divorce in the family, being the role model, having our future goals like our investments or, health, whatever it is. Those goals are so big and important to us that that's just kind of the focus. We just focus on that. But it just took some time to build the trust and being confident. I think for women, I can see a lot of women as well just completely micromanage their man, right? But I think you're gonna do less micromanaging if you're personally yourself, if you're confident. And for me, I know that I am as best as I can be. Why? Because I try not to be standard to whatever I understand or know. I try to be at the maximum whatever I can do every day. It's a lot of work, okay? And at that point, I know that even if the person one day is going to be saying, listen, this is not happening, this is not working out for me, I will not feel regret that I did not give it all my best, And another beautiful part about him is that every time we do something, I see that he has zero thoughts about, oh, I'm not going to do this for her because what if, she's going to leave, or what if she's, there's no hold back. And it's something you feel and see in the relationship. So with him, it's just so beautiful to see that he's just all in today. Whatever it is, it's today. It's here. Here you go. So it's really nice. It's very nice. You need two people for this. This is not a one-person job whatsoever.
Thank you, Alina, for being able to share the principles of successful marriage. And it's really interesting to learn more about your family and about your experience. What do you think are the main reasons for people to get divorced, especially in the United States?
Okay, well, this again, my personal experience and other people, because I do like to talk and ask other people how they're doing. So based on that, most of the time we hear it's finances. So if something financially was just not working, over finances is my first one. And second is, of course, intimacy, loss of intimacy. They completely grow apart. And one of the people, after being starved to death, basically, emotionally and, physically, it just bound to happen. So this is where I say women and men both need to really pay attention to see how they're doing, do their reassessments. For me, what is very important, there's always, we all have a little chart, right? How you're doing physically, how you're doing spiritually, financially, how's your family, how's your body? And you got to make sure that you're not neglecting one of these areas. Because yes, I see a lot of people, they're going to do so great financially, they've got their business careers, but they forgot about their health, they forgot about a child, they forgot about their husband, mom, whatever is important to you. So I clearly do this, if not daily, I mean, 2-3 times a week is a must because of how fast our life is going with multiple, commitments. But I simply sit down and I say, okay, how am I doing with my health? Did I take care of my health? And trust me, a week goes by and things can just creep up on you afterwards. So again, I really just, whatever you notice that something's out of, immediately go there and fix it. That is the priority. And at the end of the day, family is our priority. It's the kids that we're responsible for in front of God, right? I mean, that's what they say. So basically, we're responsible for our children because we are the parents. Everything else is secondary. So family priority, then of course work, body, mental health, physical.
How do you win the hearts of children, especially if it's not your daughter and your son, but it's Hima's daughter? How can you win her heart to make her treat you like a mom or at least like a close friend?
Yeah, so that definitely, there was a moment where we're new to this. We've never done this. It's the first time, right? And first, we just had to step back and learn them, understand who they are, how they, just understand what triggers them, what makes them happy, and how to connect. And ultimately, with kids, what we've learned is just keep loving on them, just keep giving love, keep showing love, and we do not micromanage in our family. You see, so it's kind of like in our relationship, we don't nitpick each other whatsoever. At all. It doesn't exist. And I'm noticing now that we're talking about, even for kids, we don't do that either. So there is this level of freedom, but we do want to make sure that they're respectful. So respect is very important. But just loving them through it and making time. They all know we're busy, but they appreciated alone time. Alone time is saying, hey, let's just go grab a coffee. It's so simple. Or hey, today nanny's not dropping you off. I'll drop you off today, and I can use that 10-15 minutes to just have a one-on-one time. And again, our kids, because they know our schedule is really, really heavy, they appreciate it. They appreciate every little time that we go out of our way to bond and connect and find something to do together. And and it could have been scary. Now that I think about it, I go, oh my God, if I was to really know all the things I had to go through in the last 10 years, this could have gone really bad. But luckily, with God's help, we've slowly but surely doing good.
Were there any situations in your life for these past 10 years that are good examples of patience and, doing things the right way?
Patience, yes. Yes. Let me see. The ones that I can recall is, unfortunately, there was a moment where I had to figure out how to make sure that, so basically, work or no work, being a woman, you still need to come home to a peaceful home. It is the biggest thing. No matter what I did today, no matter if it was a good day, bad day, which contract got signed, it doesn't matter. You're a mom, you're still a woman, and the expectation is that when your husband comes through the door and those kids, things are perfect and they're flawless. Period. There's just no other way around it. So it took me some time to figure out how not to trigger things. And, I know what makes, let's say him or, my husband frustrated or could, get him just, man, I hate this, So I've paid attention to what triggers him, and every time before he comes home, those triggers are gone. There's occasionally I'll miss something here and there, so we'll, it's like, oh, okay. But I just got really, really good at creating that peaceful environment. And yes, for me, I don't physically do it myself because I'm not present, but I have it, I ask help, right? I'll say, hey, we make sure things get done basically with whoever I need help with. If it's a nanny, driver, whatever it is, things are ready. If I cannot do groceries, somebody will order, they'll have proper groceries. And these can be simple things. I think people overthink it. For me, what I'm learning, peace at house is the simple thing that there's like 5 basic ingredients that he needs to have at home to make sure we have a good life.
Which are those?
Which are butter, avocados, cilantro, eggs, potato, like a breakfast thing, right? So if any of those ingredients are not home, Simply, the life is crashed, like the day is over. It's that important for him. Just these 5 ingredients. And trust me, there's days where between a busy schedule, that ingredient is missing. So I'm gonna be calling my assistants, anybody, cousin, brother, neighbor, get me the butter in the house now. He's landing in 2 hours, right? And honestly, so for me, it's those small things that make a big difference, and they keep peace at the house. And that's what I do.
But how do you manage conflicts if they happen?
Very good one. This is one thing I don't get enough of. I would love to have a nice, good conflict with my partner. We just don't fight. It's actually, matter of fact, if there was a reason to like fire it up, I totally would. But we are both mature. We both are just really lined up with what we want in our life. And maybe like once a year, I'll get a little potential reason to kind of, get a reason to
Kind of on purpose.
get dramatic a little. And I was like, oh, that was good. But we don't really have any arguments whatsoever.
Thank you, Alina. That is really helpful. But it seems like your family is really ideal. But I believe that in every ideal family, there are some moments when you feel like distance between each other and relationships, they may be a little bit cold. So what do you do to bring it back to the fire that you have?
Fired it up. Okay, well, for us, it's definitely a vacation. And we do travel often, so that's very, very helpful. But usually if you completely leave, again, we travel for a lot of our meetings, so it makes it very convenient. In our case, you just get out of town, even if it's 2 nights, 3 nights, and you completely unplug from the house, from work, from different environment, and then you're able to really spend some focused alone time. So for us, it's definitely getting out. And then what I do, I actually self-educate myself quite a bit. I'll read books, I'll listen YouTubes, I'll listen podcasts, and it's great, okay? But I do read it, and I get new ideas on how to be a better woman, how to be a better, spicier woman, and which are the new things, because, we're all been married, for so long, and, what if there's some new things that came up? So I do self-educate. I read books on relationships, on psychology, on love, and how to show attraction. I get new ideas, and I go for that. Change out outfits, just do spicy things. I can't disclose them right now.
Okay, what about surprises? I know you love doing surprises for your husband, and it makes him feel special.
Yes. So for surprises, I recently said, you know what? I need to do something that's going to scare me too, because the surprise should go both ways. So I said, you know what? Long time ago, let me just sing a song. So for this anniversary, I ended up, taking some time, practicing some song at the studio center, work. It was really helped me to do my inner self. It really had to grow me bigger as a person to actually do that too. So it was really nice. It was a surprise, but it was kind of good for me too. And then I ended up singing a song, which really, when it was a lot of work, but when I looked at him when I was singing, and he was floored. He was just like, I was like, don't cry, don't cry. Don't disturb me. I have to finish this thing. It was worth it. And that right there was above and beyond the ordinary, right? I mean, I could have not done that, but that right there is what really, that's my best I can do. It's about thinking about the other person, really. I think it's spending more time thinking about another person and being in their shoes is a daily task. It's a daily task. How did you check if he ate? Were you mean? Were you rude? Did you send an emoji?
Do you often on phone?
Yeah,
Are you often texting to each
so
other?
he likes to do Viber because of stickers. So as old as we are, sometimes we cannot talk, but there's like sticker. There's just like
so
all
you're
kinds
kind of
creatures.
connected online all the time.
Yes. So we'll definitely use digital, just like Viber in this case, for stickers, and just to show that, hey, I know I'm traveling, I'm really busy, but hey, I thought of you, whatever it is. So, and it's really nice because sometimes I know I can be truly, truly busy, and he knows if I even send something little, it means a lot. So we understand each other effort on that.
Nice, thank
And
you,
he surprises
Alina.
me all the time, yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of when you want to surprise him, it's your feedback to his surprises. or the opposite?
No, we just surprise each other all day long. The more the merrier.
That's beautiful. One of the
Yeah.
best secrets
Yeah,
of
and
the
it's not
marriage.
even about surprise. It's about really doing so, listening to what the other person likes and doing that for them, period, without
Yeah,
questions
and he kind
asked.
of thinks, oh, she guessed my thoughts.
Right, right. Like I know he loves to travel, and there's times that I'm already done traveling. I've already seen all the bridges and palm trees and oceans. Like I've seen it already. But no, 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 no. He loves it. So I need to pack up my stuff and go because like that's my way of showing that I appreciate the effort of booking things, you know? So you just have to cooperate with what he likes.
Nice. And I know the big surprise was the car. Now,
Yes.
like now you're like the most successful businesswoman and the beautiful car.
Yes, I've learned that I like it more than I thought I like it. I mean,
And
I
it was his
really, really
surprise
like
for
it.
you.
Yeah, no, he definitely, he's like, he pushed me to it. He's like, come on, you need this. I go, no, I don't. It's maybe I don't need this. He's like, you do. I go, well, fine, let's try it. Then I get it, and I'm like completely in love with the car. I've never been so in love with any other car, but I'm a car person, so yeah, it's important.
Which is your favorite car now?
Well, right now, just a McLaren. I'm very happy with McLaren. Especially it's brand new. We had the whole experience of driving it out, all of that. Very romantic. Perfect. So again, it goes back to, hey, why do we work? Why are we motivated to work? To give back. You know, my mentality is like, it doesn't do me any good if I'm going to, you know, I mean, yeah, you have already everything. So why not give back to others and use that to demonstrate how you care for each other? That's my reason. That's my motivation to keep working, to be able to afford whatever I like without a blink.
Beautiful people.
Who do you think would get the medal for the next 10 successful years of your marriage?
Hard to answer. Let's just keep it 50-50.
50-50.
because what you say is it's very important, you know, what goes out, you know, the energy you put out. So I'm just going to leave it that way.
So you think you will keep working on your relationships? It
I'm
doesn't
very
come just
confident.
like this, so
Yeah.
you have to work.
I'm really confident. He has no other ideas. He's super, super committed. And again, for men out there, if they're watching, it's so important to be loved, to be cared for, and to really see that in today's days that you hear pretty much everybody, somebody's divorcing somebody, somebody's backstabbing somebody, and to know that you can still work on loyalty and relationship and really, you know, invest into it. It's a huge investment. I think marriage is like you're dating pretty much. I mean, you got to be in a dating mindset every day. Every week. You cannot take things for granted. What I see a lot in relationships, they take things for granted. They feel, oh, I'm married, I'm gonna get fat. Oh, I'm married, I'm gonna go eat. Oh, I'm gonna have an ugly bun and no face and I'm gonna just not take care of myself. No, if you promised during, you know, you knew how you guys got together. You know what your values are. And if you promise the shape is important, keep your shape. If you're a man, you should have some muscle. You never should have a belly. Like, I mean, you know, just have an arrangement, okay? What's important to you? If that was not important, then forget it. What else? You know, all these things, they need to be discussed, and you got to keep them. Keep your promises.
Some people say happy wife, happy life. Alina, do you think you're a happy wife, a happy mother, a happy businesswoman?
I clearly am, not even think, because number one, I love to dream and wish and have goals to achieve myself. But when you have a partner who's completely aboard and really you guys are doing that together, and we've overexceeded every expectations we've had, and it's a together effort. I mean, I could not be more happy. I mean, every day I do wake up. Of course, there's challenges, there's problems, there's stress, all of that. But at the end, I'm extremely blessed and grateful to God because for some reason he keeps blessing us, right? So I always sit there and go, what did I do? What did I do good? Why? What did I do? Okay. And then, you know, so yes, but absolutely, it's definitely there. And I think what's very beautiful about him is that some people get changed with having more wealth or money. They do change people. They start acting differently. For me and him, this is another beautiful, my favorite part that is we're connected on is Money is great. We know how to earn it. We can lose it today, have it tomorrow, doesn't matter, but it doesn't change us whatsoever. And just to know that it's there, it's awesome, because I've seen and I know and I hear there's just such a disbalance sometimes with, gender, male, husband, wife, and again, the money issues. It's very easy to go wrong, especially if you have even more money to spend. You have more choices, you have more maybe addictions, you have more requests, you have to be better at saying no. So again, if you have no money, it's hard. If you have more money as well, hard. So it doesn't matter where you're at on this line, but it's all about how you are as a person. So if I was to wish anybody here anything, is, hey, if you're successful, good for you. Don't forget about your family. Make sure you check all your other areas in your life, because that's happiness for me, is to have a balance that nothing's completely off. I'm somewhat healthy, somewhat going to the gym, I'm doing my best to keep up my, appearance, I'm spending time with family, I'm doing my career because it's important, I'm spending time with family, and always balancing it. That's it. That's the best you can do in life. Done.
Thank you, Alina. Your advice is really important for us, and I think so many good things to learn from your experience and from your marriage. If you have anything to add to the women who are going through difficult life situations, please share with them.
Right. So I think we all every day have an option to give up, stop fighting for the relationship, or keep going. And that's a choice we all have to make within. So depending what phase you're in, if let's say you're already gone through a divorce and you're depressed, you're going through trauma, yes, it will take time to heal. However, as long as you're going to want to keep fighting, invest into your own self. When you're better, your kids will be better. When you're stronger, you're going to find and attract a better person. So again, if you're trying to restart life over, the better that you are, the higher your rank is, the higher your bar is, you will as well attract somebody better in your life. So, and of course, you don't want to make the same mistakes over, so you probably know what you did wrong already. Learn from your mistake, invest into yourself as much as possible every time. And don't ever give up, and definitely learn to dream. Don't be scared to dream and wish. You need to have confidence that everything you dream will eventually come true. You just have to have a strong willpower, and it's very important to have very positive thoughts, and don't allow negative thoughts to destroy you and to discourage you that you will never be lucky or happy again. There are people out there. There's very few. There's unfortunately not too many people that are that good. But this is my call to everybody here. So if you're a man, if you're a woman, and you're watching this, just know there's lack of good people. Why? Because people don't want to be extraordinary, and they should be. But if all of us can raise our rank higher, it will be easier to find a better date, easier to keep a good woman or a husband. So it's really about self-investment and not to give up, and you will attract the right person. I'm a strong believer in that. And take your time. It's not a rush.
Thank you, Alina. It's so important. And just a reminder, today we were talking with Alina Mukhopadhyay, and our topic was not just business, it was more family-oriented. We talked about relationships and success in marriage. If you want to learn more, please give us more questions, and for the future podcast, we can ask Alina more questions. She is very open. Thank you, Alina, again for being open, and congratulations on the 10th wedding anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful people. Beautiful people.